Now, to say the first 72 hours with your dog are important is an understatement. So tip number 1, what products do you need? Well, first of all, the treats. Treats are really important for you and your dog. Charlie Bear recently sent us these treats because they know how much Yeti loves treats. Now, because they get so many treats when they're young and even throughout their lives, they get a lot of treats. You do want to make sure that they're really healthy treats. Charlie Bear makes super healthy treats for your dog, and they're really tasty too. There are natural ingredients in all of these treats, like blueberries, there's bacon, beef, chicken, pork, healthy ingredients that you know the names of. Now, this is a chicken and cranberries treat. You also need a leash collar and harness. You'll need to have a few collars and harnesses while they grow, because the size that they'll be when they're an adult dog will determine the number of collars you go through. Puppies are tiny. Big dogs are big, like Yeti is. Yeti is almost 5 years old. He turns 5 on December 3rd, so he is full grown. When he first was a puppy, he was literally this big. He was a tiny little guy, but he quickly grew. So be sure to anticipate how quickly your breed of dog will grow and get a few different collars for them so that they can grow into those collars. Your first collar and harness should be big enough to fit your puppy. Now, depending on how big they'll get, you'll need a few of them. Now, all these products that I'm talking about today are linked down below, including they are also on our website, which is yetisplace.dog. Yes, you heard that correctly. yetisplace.dog is our website, and that's also linked in our description below our videos. So you can go to our website to check out all these products that I'm talking about, and you can also click on the links below our video too for the information on these products. Get a 6-foot leash. Sled dogs like Yeti love to pull, so you'll probably want to get a leash that's comfortable around your wrist, comfortable in your hand. One with a padded grip is ideal. They do also have leashes that have reflectors on them. The reflector strips are great and really handy for when you're walking your dog at nighttime, because when a car goes by, they'll be able to see your dog easily. A longer lead for puppy training courses would be a lead that's about 15 to 25 feet long. Sometimes they do have even longer leads, but that'll be really handy for when you're training sit, stay, and then you wander way, way far away and then you have your dog come to you. A trained puppy is so much easier to handle than an untrained puppy, especially when they grow into this size of dog. Next, we'll open Yeti's pumpkin spice flavored Charlie Bear treats. Ooh, Yeti, they smell really good. These are granola treats. Do you like them? Oh, they're making a mess. Ah! Sweetie. When Yeti was young, I thought he would really enjoy the squeaky plush toys. Within 5 minutes or less of having that squeaky plush toy, all the stuffings were out of it and the squeaker was out of it. Maybe it's not a good idea for Yeti to have a squeaky plush toy. So then therefore I went to balls and a little bit harder toys like Kong toys. Dogs enjoy squeaky toys, tennis balls, you love tennis balls, the soft plush toys, and the firm toys, because you won't know what your dog will enjoy until they are actually playing with it and you're witnessing how they play with it. Now, these are blueberry pie flavor, and these little guys by Charlie Bear are granola treats. And Charlie Bear also has some little bite-sized treats too that are really handy for training, because when they're training, you'll be giving them plenty of treats. Your puppy will begin teething shortly, so puppy teething rings are really handy for that, because the last thing you want your puppy to do is eat your sofa or eat your favorite pair of shoes. Yeti, these smell so good. They smell just like pumpkin pie. You can easily stick the little puppy teething rings in your freezer, pull them out of the freezer, give them to your dog. That cooling texture of that teething ring will help ease their discomfort while they're teething. Therefore, they won't be eating your shoes and your socks and your furniture. A crate that will be big enough to fit your adult dog-sized dog. Now, most crates do come with a divider strip that you can place in the middle of their crate. When they grow, you'll remove that strip or you'll move it further back, so then therefore your puppy can have more room to grow into that crate. Crate training is really important because it helps keep them away from things that they're not supposed to eat, and it also helps with potty training. You don't want your puppy to have free roam of your house, because those razor sharp puppy dogs dog teeth, they'll eat anything and everything. Keep their space limited to only 1 or 2 rooms of your house when they're little. That will prevent destructive dog chewing. Puppy playpens are really handy for when you're not in the same room with your dog. They won't eat anything they're not supposed to eat, and it'll also keep them out of trouble. Baby gates work super well for keeping your dog out of the areas that they're not supposed to go into. When we have Quimby and Big B joining us, I always gate off this room of the house because this is the room the camera hangs out in. This is our formal living room. Lots of stuff for Quimby, Big B, and Yeti to get into, because when you have multiple dogs in your house, when one dog gets into something, all other dogs join in on that destructive behavior, and it can become a real mess really quickly. Tip number 2, dog food. Ask your breeder or pet shelter, wherever you got your dog, what type of food your puppy is eating right now. Get that same type of food. The reason why you want to make sure that they have the exact same type of food that they were fed at the breeders or at the shelter, you have plenty to worry about with a new puppy in your house. The last thing you want to worry about is having them have an upset stomach due to being suddenly fed a different brand of food. They're with a new family, they have new smells, new sights, new textures to feel with their fuzzy little paws. Everything is brand new to the puppy. They also have nerves. Keeping them on the same dog food is a help. If you want to switch your dog to a different type of dog food, you would do it slowly and gradually. Yeti was on the exact same type of dog food that he had been on for a few weeks. Then I slowly started transitioning him away. How I did that transition was I fed him 75% of that original dog food, mixed in with 25% of the new dog food for a period of 2 weeks. After the end of that 2-week time frame, I transitioned him to a mix of 50-50%. The reason for this is to help avoid stomach distress, which equals diarrhea, bad pooping episodes, trouble with their pooping, and potty irregularities. So you want to keep that as simple as possible. Now with the 50-50% mix, you can leave them on that for a week to 2 weeks, just depending on what you and your dog are comfortable with. Then after that, you transition them to 25% of their original food, mixed in with 75% of the new food, again for 1 to 2 weeks. Then after that time frame, then they'll be 100% on the new food from here on out. Tip number 3. Schedule a vet visit, preferably before you get your dog, because you'll know the day that you're going to get your dog if you're getting from a breeder. If you're getting it from a pet shelter, you'll probably have a little bit of an idea regarding when you'll be able to bring your puppy home. So it's important that you schedule that first vet visit within 48 to 72 hours. So ideally you would schedule that before you bring your puppy home with you, or the day you get your puppy. You'll call the vet and schedule a vet visit. The reason why you want to bring your dog into a vet right away is because when they're little puppies, they're on the floor around their brothers and sisters and not going potty outside too frequently. They often get worms, and they could have other illnesses too that the vet is able to screen for. Now when I had Chewy, my first Sammy, Chewy did have worms, Yeti had worms too. It happens with most puppies. If they're from a reputable breeder or from a pet shelter, chances are pretty good that they'll have worms when they come home, just because of their close proximity to those other puppies' defecations. Puppies sniff, chew, and swallow anything and everything in their sight, so it's really easy for them to come home with worms. So when you go in for your first vet visit, you'll bring a sample of their poop. The vet will look through the poop to determine if there's anything wrong with the dog, if they're healthy, if they have worms, if they don't have worms. They look for all different types of illnesses and diseases through that poop sample. The vet helps put you on track for being able to raise a healthy, happy puppy. When they're little, they'll go in more frequently to the vet. Once they're bigger, they'll go in about every 6 months to a year of time. Your dog is aging really quickly, so you do want to make sure that they're healthy, happy, and safe. Following all 3 of those tips will help guarantee that you get through those first few days with greater ease and less overwhelm. For more tips and tricks on puppy ownership, be sure to check out this video. We'll bark at you next time.